the mother, when she asked for these children to go by her, the that is straight where she took them. She lied about when to the first place and the pool was expensive. It was expensive to go in. That was a lie. So it was directly Doubleday Hotel. She was going with these kids and she had known that all along.
Wow. And I know what you're saying is actual factual. It's not hearsay because Amisha also made that very clear to me. Thank you, Angie, for clearing that up in case there was any confusion about the presence of Adrianna being at the Doubleday Hotel. It was never permitted. It was never approved. As a matter of fact, it was denied. Yet she still wound up at the Doubleday against her parents' wishes. Wow. All right, Angie, what's next? Talk to us about what's next or the biggest thing that sticks out to you in this case.
Oh wow, I don't know where to begin. It's a lot of things sticks out to me.
Let's start from the top. Let's kind of start from the top of the day. We know now we just, unpacked how Adrianna got to the Doubleday, right? By some trickery, because it's just what it is, trickery. If a parent tells you, do not take my child there, and then you go to another parent to get approval, and the parent does not know what's going on with the other, then you're intentionally putting that child in harm's way because you've already had a no, right? So now let's get to the Doubleday and let's start at the top of the day and just kind of walk through the day on whatever points that you would feel comfortable with sharing.
Okay, what sticks out to me? First and foremost, if you're going to take someone, child or children, first of all, I must say this, it is sad that this grandmother took 3 children and only returned 2. That alone in itself is heartbreaking. Now, you take these children there as a grandmother. Your duty is to protect these children, whether or not they can or cannot swim. In a case with Adrianna, I want to make it clear, Adrianna is a swimmer. She could have swum. All right. So for the fact that we are hearing about drowning, that's wrong. I'm going to start from the beginning of what sticks out to me really. Now, there is a child went missing in an establishment. The police has been called in. The first thing that is mind-bothering, when Sabrina was called to the hotel, his mother, as he arrived there, his mother came past him with a police officer and entered the building. The mother never said at any time, oh, let me stop and say, let my son know I'm sorry, or run to him, hug him, cry. Oh, a true grandmother will be tearing up. A grandmother will be like going to her son, like distraught, like, I'm sorry, my son. Oh my God, I can't find your daughter. Take him in the building with you. Why you and the police officer alone? You're passing your son like when someone pass exam, like you don't even know who he is, and you enter the building with this police officer. Mind you, this is this man's child. Mm. You enter the building. The police officers, they were there to protect the building, not looking at the fact, well, we are dealing with a missing person here. And when we speak of missing person, we are speaking of a child, not an adult, a child.
Right.
It was business as usual. At one point, someone even pulled a gun at Sir Brian. So it's like, instead of you said to the parent, okay, come with me, let us get to the manager for this building, let us shut this building down, let us cart off this pool, let everyone else come out of this pool. By the pool, always have a pool stick. There was a swimming instructor there. Mm. Mind you, I have heard the hotel owner's son came out and said, oh, they just checked the shallow part. That's nonsense. A
Right.
swimming instructor is gonna check the entire pool.
Right.
It does not
Angie,
make sense to me,
it
right?
doesn't. Angie,
Now,
let's
police
get
officer should have checked the entire pool. Take the stick, you check there, whatever. Um, he claimed that when the mother said to the instructor that Adrianna can swim, the instructor said, okay, you know, no time for search the pool if the child can swim. Now, if the picture that you're pointing there, as a
Mhm.
grandmother, look how many family members are there. You
Right.
took Adrianna, not only Adrianna, you took her brother, you took her sister, you took other children with you all. Why are you turning your back? And I'm going to go a little further and judge a little here. You had already know what was going on. So you already present yourself in a way, in case if it happened, to say, oh, I was sitting in this direction. I didn't see.
And so, Angie, one moment, I'm gonna interject right here. So, even not knowing anyone in this picture, okay, the minute I saw this image, my very first thoughts when I first saw it, someone asked me to take a look at this case due to my experience as a former homicide and child protection detective, and the very first thing that I noticed was that any mother, any grandmother, any mother figure, any babysitter for that matter, who has children that they're watching or monitoring or brought with them at a pool, right, would not simply at any point in time turn their back on those babies, even
Correct.
if they don't even know those children. So that was very alarming, and you're very right. That was one of the first things that anyone with a pair of eyes would be able to notice, and especially the time, because if I'm not mistaken, the time of this photograph is near closely to the time that Adrianna went missing.
Correct. But if you look at the picture closely, the person in the blue, Sobrian mom, that was sitting, she was facing where the children were at in the pool. So if the grandmother did not see, somebody see something.
Somebody saw something.
Why didn't they, all the entire family who was there? Because we're not looking about family anymore. We're looking at the loss, a death of a child.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I am definitely seeing the same thing that you're seeing when it comes to that. That is, there's no way around somebody saw something. Now, walk us through basically what happened next. I know that there is footage out there. Someone was asking about, has anyone seen Adrianna? She's now missing. And then you had already spoke about it earlier about how the parents were on their way to the Doubleday, and the grandmother is walking in with police showing no sympathy that the child has been lost.
Correct.
And
Not only that, even to Sobrian on mother and other family members before Sobrian got there were persons who already told Amicia had already called some of her workmates and colleagues to go there before she got there. And they all overheard Sobrian mother and other family members saying if Sobrian come and started to behave stupid, they're gonna put a sound trashing on him. Now make it make sense. Y'all cannot find this man child. You expect him to come?
to calm down, no. There, it should be very highly understood that there is no calm down when your child is missing at the very place that she went missing.
Correct.
So,
Also, there was Doubleday hotel owner's son was standing outside of the pool with a phone in his hand, a towel over his shoulder. My assumption of when I saw Adrianna came out of the pool and her face had that discoloration, my assumption was that apparently the towel that he had over his shoulder, at the back of that towel, had some form of chemical, chlorine or some sort. So when she was called out by Stefan, And I'm not going to say allegedly, because the child said she heard and saw when Stefan called Adrianna out of the pool. So when she was called, when Adrianna was called out and led by Stefan to our killer, maybe that's what he put over her face to block her out.
That is horrible, and it really aligns. And I love the way that you said that you're not even going to say allegedly that he called, because a lot of people will try to play on, well, you can't prove this and you can't prove that. When you have a baby and a child, a teenager who is asked a question, what did you see? That child had no incentive to fabricate a story. So as soon as that baby, to my research and knowledge, as soon as that baby released that Stefan was the one who beckoned Adrianna to come to him. And I stated in one of my earlier videos, when I first put eyes on the case, I could tell that she had been lured by somebody. Unfortunately, that person that she was lured by was her own family. And then pops a gag order by way of the grandmama immediately afterwards. Can you tell us more about that?
Okay, well, she can't pop the gag order any longer because the woman is in custody of her child now. So she cannot pop the gag order any longer. So let's see where that goes. However, there was a secret meeting, and if this has been was thoroughly investigated, the police was gonna know there was a secret meeting between Stefan, is Brian mom, and the lady with the broad gray hat that was there that was trying to chant over Adrianna's body the day before the incident. Now, after the incident, Mr. Stefan went into the car, as he was saying, he was so confused. And God have a way of exposing people, because I did not see a gun to his head. I did not see a knife at his throat, but these are words verbatim from Stefan. First, he was saying, pretending in the car as, oh, so Brian's daughter went missing, my little cousin went missing, and we can't even find a body. Now, excuse me, we are talking about a missing person. What type of a body are you talking about? Did you know that there was going to be a body?
Now, Angie, while you're right there, let's go ahead and take like a little intermission, and let's play this video. If you would, audience, turn your attention to this. It's a very quick video. It's less than 30 seconds, but we're going to play it and then we're going to expound on that. One moment.
Little cousin get carried away when if she get kidnapped or what really going on with she Jay. So Brian, one cousin that says 1:30 today, she disappeared. Up to now we ain't finding shit. We ain't finding shit, we ain't finding she body or nothing. We ain't finding shit, we ain't finding she body or nothing. We ain't finding shit, we ain't finding.
Okay. As you just heard, Angie was making reference to the cousin, the same day that Adrianna went missing. We're not talking the next day. We're talking the exact same day. He's saying, we didn't find a body or nothing. So what doesn't make sense is that you are already advanced. It's like you're ahead of yourself. And this is what I say all the time. When it comes to cases like this, the body wants to tell the truth. Like anybody who's rehashing or talking about something, the truth freely comes out. The truth needs no help. But when a liar, a person who has partaken in crime, they're trying to hold the truth in. And when they start talking, sometimes things just start popping out of their mouth. The truth is trying to come out. He's trying to say, we haven't found her, but some kind of way, we didn't find no body or nothing. We didn't find no body, not nobody, but no body. Why would we be talking about a body on the day that this precious baby went missing? Angie?
Well, you have to talk about a body because what was actually put in the public to deal with, get ready for a recovery of a body. But maybe the public did not read into what he was actually saying. Also, I'm going to go a little further of another thing Stefan did. Stefan was the first person to go live and start saying stuff like, you know, them little girls with them boyfriend. Next, the police came out with a statement stating that they saw Adrianna went into a SUV of some Orlando guy. Right?
Right.
Stefan also pretend. Now, mind you, Stefan was a DJ at this place, was working at Dede Hotel, used to DJ there. Now, if you were DJing at a place for so long, you meant to tell me you don't really know certain parts of this place? Because when he exited his vehicle, Stefan is pretending that he don't know what the name was called, Skyliner or something. There was a person standby, had to let him know what the name of the place called. And he's like, oh, yeah. You know, it's like if he's pretending, putting himself, no, he don't want the public to know that, okay, you know, I used to be here. I know what's going on, because I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. But Stefan was working there before. Stefan knows the hotel owner's son personally. He knows what this family does personally. So whatever bargain does got to make before a country sell. That's what we normally say in the Caribbean. Right? Now, he had to know, this man apparently said, oh, maybe we need a sacrifice, because there's a calendar that was found with how many more sacrificial work they had wanted to get done. So he is claiming that, oh, we need, not claim, sorry. Probably the hotel owner said to him, we need an 11-year-old virgin to sacrifice whatever. And the fittest person, Stefan, decided to choose to give Adrianna. She's 11 and she was a virgin. Right? Now, when the crowd was there was a blue suitcase that was about to exit the building. Who was close up to that suitcase? All the family members were away. Now, if you were that close and you saw a police officer does not have on his body camera, let's just give him the benefit of the doubt that he did not saw that at the moment. You cannot tell me he did not saw when the man was putting on that body camera back on to ask question, officer, why did you do that? Why did you take off your body camera? Or say something, right? Why didn't he say something to that man? Why didn't he draw attention and say, excuse me, what's in the blue suitcase? I need to see what's in the blue suitcase. Nothing, did not draw attention. All he stood there, and if you see that video, you will see his body language. Body language speaks a lot. You could see Stefan was in cold sweat, right? Stefan is like wiping his forehead, wiping his arms on his palm. So let me guess. Was it Adrianna in that suitcase? Because it was a big enough suitcase to hold a body of a child. And was Stefan the person to get rid of that body in case if he has been flying the road with speed and any police officer stopped him? All he can simply say, oh, my cousin missing at the hotel I'm trying to see because the police said she went with Orlando. I'm going in search of Orlando. Why didn't you say anything about that suitcase? Why were you so close? Another thing that really mind-bothering to me is the fact of when Stefan decided to say, everything is so confused right now. We have to make it and put it and fix it and make it look like a crime. That alone in itself should have had Stefan in jail, or at least, waiting for a trial. Those words alone. And I cannot understand, for crying out loud. This is so heart-wrenching. This is so, upsetting to see that This is a child. I don't know these police officers. I do not know if they have children. But I would like to ask the viewers to just imagine in your mind for a second that you are outside. Place these parents in your shoes. You are outside. The law is supposed to be to serve and protect. And here you're outside of a building. Only God and his heaven throne know how much this child beg, how much this child scream for her parents, how much this child, like weep, or nobody know, because Adrianna was a child of God. Nobody know if she was calling upon God. Nobody knows the last word of this child. What was supposed to turn out to be a day of fun, turned out to be a day of horror that Adrianna brains or our memories cannot share it with us. What had transpired. But just imagine or fathom for a second that you're outside of the building. Have you ever go into a hospital and stand there and they have this live machine on a person and you're watching at the monitor and you know what you're seeing and hearing on that monitor, that you know what, as that line kept going down, as that song kept ticking, and no more recovery for that, your loved one on that bed. Just imagine that you're outside of a building and here your child is inside of a building. You're that close, but yet so far. And you don't know. You cannot go to her. You cannot save her. You can do nothing to help her be alive today.